dangerous are they? He manufactures those angles, doesn't he? Fielders in the deep, clears them easily.
The good about this game is the service is a good one. Will remain good. So if India get themselves in partnership that gets them closer to 100, they'll feel they'll have a great chance of overhauling the score. West Indies, meanwhile, know them to chip away at the wickets, just build on the pressure. There's enough firepower. Samuel Badri said this Indian batting lineup, they bat deep. It's a good over from India's point of view. 14 runs coming off it after 7, 67 for 2. Doctor's Choice soybean oil. Doctor's Choice, दिल की choice.
Orthodox, who more likelihood would spin the ball away from the right-handers. There's protection with fielders in the deep.
Yeah, when you look now at the 13 overs remaining, I think the game for me is the way India handle the West Indian spinners. If they can get after Modi and Hussain, then that'll go a long way. It's a good partnership there. The 195 they got.
तो 4-3 7.
West Indies have been one of the best bowling teams in this tournament, bowling out the oppositions a number of times, and today that's what they need, wicket-taking options.
He's got that in the gap. He's always been a very good sweeper, Surya Kumar Yadav. And a boundary to end the over, 11 of it, 78 for 2.
लोग मेरे तिल के लड्डू बहुत पसंद करते हैं। इसे मैं बिजनेस कैसे बनाऊं? कस्टमर के टाइम ये बिजनेस लॉन्च करने का बेस्ट टाइम होगा। इस टाइम पे लोग गिफ्टिंग के लिए प्री ऑर्डर देते हैं और आप सब कॉन्फिडेंटली प्लान कर पाएंगे। मैं एक फेस्टिवल फोकस्ड एनुअल बिजनेस प्लान बना दूं।
So India just upping the ante in the last couple of overs. 25 runs have come.
And it seemed to be a risk-free batting as well. They are scoring the boundaries without too much fuss, and that's the worry from a West Indian perspective. They've mitigated the risk, but they've still scored heavily.
Romario Shepherd into the attack. And he would remember this pitch well. Romario Shepherd got a 5-wicket haul early doors in the tournament, including a hat-trick on this very ground. Same pitch as well. Get the opportunity to bat. This was the hat-trick. There it is, knocking Nervous comes over as well. 5 wickets.
What have the bowlers done? That was, in fact, the best individual return for a bowler this tournament. 5 for 20 for Romario Shepherd. Another 5 for Junaid versus Canada. A few 4-wicket hauls as well. West Indies desperate for another.
he cracked.
ছয়
That
ছয়
is brute force for you. Expansive from Sanju Samson. Big backwards step and then make ball, a good leg ball into a slot ball and outside the off stump as well. And that's not again an easy shot to hit it off. But he made it look so easy. As he's always had the palm. This looks very calm and composed tonight.
उनका खेल के रन वो रन रेट कम
Knows still a long way to go.
6 7 8 8 আছে 12
The crowd on their feet.
12 হয়নি
A 6 and now boundary. And you can see a sudden shift in this from India in the last 3 overs or so.
थोड़ा 20-30 पे में खेल
Yeah, we've spoken about the pressure of this contest. The stakes are high, and all of the fielders, all of the players, no doubt, are feeling it. Murikesh Moti is usually good in the outfield, and one goes past him, crossing 40 for the first time after 12 innings. Sanju Samson.
खेल
That one's skidding across the turf. I wonder if it's a little greasy.
सब
The outfield. Oh, that just goes past the outside edge. Just a hint of movement. They're just having a chat. Shiro perhaps checking with the cover point fielder whether there was a bit of a nick it. Very good delivery.
हॉट कर सदे हो या ना कौन
It's quite loud, quite boisterous. No one heard anything. And they didn't want to take the risk either. Was it worth taking the risk?
So another good over this for the Indians. It's 13 off it. 50 comes up. It's 91 for 2. ढलान वाली जमीन है, बेचो से। भरोसा रखिए, घर मजबूत ही बनेगा। तुमने सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक ही चुना, ऐसा क्यों? ताऊ जी, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है। मान गए बेटा। घर एक, मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट भी देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक। So India ahead at this stage. They've strung a good partnership. That was what was needed. 50 added by these two. Good time. Last 3 overs, they just accelerated. There's been a shift in gears. Moti. 49 Samson now.
सिंगल कर खेल देखिए
Control and climbings from Sanju Samson. Sky has given him the bulk of the strike as well, contributing when necessary. And the pressure now on the men in maroon to find the wicket.
Get it! Put down! Hit straight back.
बचा कर ना
Got 2 hands.
वरना वो बड़ो बारे आता
Slice of luck here for the Indian captain. Well, India dropped a couple. Now the West Indies.
कैच
What a
थे
difficult one.
कैच थे ना ऑन कर
Drop catches. Disease is catching. That should have been taken. Ample time.
कैप्टन रखे कर
The crowd in anticipation. Yeah, he's on 49. And now 50. Reaches there with the boundary. It's been a classy innings in a big match. And his first 50 in the T20 World Cup. And the dugout knows the importance of that innings, as does the crowd.
What a way to get to a half century.
26 বলে
What, 14 innings or so? 12 innings. Very good shot once again. Moti bowling it short, bowling it wide because he's played the lofted shot to good effect.
Well, he's a classy player. He's come good on the big day. He'd like to be there. See India home. He's batted calmly. Played some
সঙ্গে
lovely
সঙ্গে
shots.
এই যে ভাই আমার আড়বেও কেন
Six boundaries, 3 sixes, just 6 dots. The beauty about this innings is he's hardly taken any risks. He had scored quickly.
Bat swing is so pure, lot of bat speed as well. When he plays those strokes, he times it more than anything else. Caress over the boundary and along the ground. Best yet from him.
So 7 off that over after 10. It's 98 for 2.
लोग मेरे तिल के लड्डू बहुत पसंद करते हैं मैं बिजनेस कैसे बनाऊं?
फेस्टिवल के टाइम लड्डू हाई डिमांड में रहेंगे। ये बिजनेस लॉन्च करने का बेस्ट टाइम होगा। इस टाइम पे लोग गिफ्टिंग के लिए प्री ऑर्डर देते हैं और आप सब कॉन्फिडेंटली प्लान कर पाएंगे। मैं एक फेस्टिवल फोकस्ड एनुअल बिजनेस प्लान बना दूं।
ये रविंद्रनाथ से घाट को सबसे बड़ी खबर ये पहली बात है विद्या से इसकी ये करना है कुछ ठीक करेगा अगर हिंदी का हम इंग्लिश
First over for Shamar Joseph. There's been some quality innings from Sanju Samson.
नहीं प्रथम बॉल
There are many, or several, questioned his ability, but those who know of that ability have stuck with him.
या 6 और डाल कर 36
Quite a graceful and deceptively powerful batter, and has that X factor. Not as consistent as he would want to be, but he can be a match winner, and he's showing that quality on the biggest stage.
कोकिंग को ये को छोटी ओवर को दाल को मैन काके चार
Got him!
Yes.
Shamar Joseph into the attack,
कैच
and Shafin Rutherford takes a really good low catch.
Talk about X Factor. Shamar Joseph is the first name to come to mind in this bowling lineup. There's a deafening silence after this. Shafin Rutherford coming in, and the beauty of this catch is how he just slows down to be able to dive forward and catch it. Had he overrun it, he could have easily hit the palm or the heel of the hand on the way down and fluffed the chance. He didn't. Third wicket down the skipper. 99 for 3 India.
लोग कहते हैं गैस के ये बिकते हैं। मैंने कभी एक्स एक्सपोर्ट नहीं किया, कहाँ से शुरू करूं? सबसे पहले t20 पोर्टल से इंपोर्टर एक्सपोर्टर कोड लीजिए, फिर लार्ज मैन्युफैक्चरर्स के बजाय मेंटेनेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स जैसे रिपीट बायर्स को टारगेट कीजिए। मैं एक फुल एक्सपोर्ट वर्कफ्लो बना दूं।
आता खुद पसंद करो बड़ी मुश्किल है। खाना बोले 97 दे
Tilak
चिल्लर
Verma,
मान ले थोड़ा करके ना
44 in the last game in quick time. Just 16 deliveries in Zimbabwe.
तालाहुड़े बंगान करते हैं
What can
So
Tilak
yung
produce
tehan.
tonight? Acceleration, 97,
आलू
innovation,
कुकर
can be innovative. And he likes room. Off the mark straight away. Nice crunching shot, Matthew Hayden.
Up the 100 as well, Ian Bishop. That was a key moment right there. The drop catch, I thought, was one of those pivotal moments that may well have cost the West Indies. But that catch there from Shamar Josephs was an absolute beauty. Here it is again. Great movement to the ball. Eye on, a little roll over the top of it. And the X factor, as you said, comes into play. So a little circuit breaker here. Some relief for the West Indies.
What disturbed him there, but Sanju Samson took a huge backward step in the crease. Rutherford's catching all across 2020, 425 hasn't been spectacular. He's not always excellent, but he's caused some awe and amazement here. And it's improved of late. He's worked on it, Carlos.
Yeah, once upon a time it was hand on head when it goes in the first direction. Now the safe pair of hands. And they like to dissect the technique of a catch. Sometimes you just think people will run as fast as they can and dive. But with a catch like that comes fairly flat. With a catch like that comes fairly flat where you have to sprint into the drop zone. Sometimes it's not getting your feet and your head into the drop zone. It is getting into a position that you can dive into the drop zone. Catch the ball and then extend your hands so it doesn't bounce out.
हाँ उन्हीं का ना सिद्धू के डालता है विकेट
No, there's a long on that would have gone down the ground and
चार होई को आज दी ना बैटर जैसे दस है ना कैच की जुपो करते हैं ना बार-बार को दे
Nice little roll. Got there, he stopped. A drag of the back foot to get his hands down. Once he got his hands underneath the ball and took the catch, he then gave himself a little bit of a tumble, less theatrical cameras and more technical. It was a good catch. And let's see, some will say it should be taken, and it should be. There's a process behind it.
And then who took a good one? He missed his run up again. Who took a good one? Perhaps a slightly more difficult one than that a couple of nights ago. Glenn Phillips took an outstanding catch against England. They didn't go on to win the game, but he takes some of the most difficult catches, Glenn Phillips, and makes them look easy, and then he'll drop the straightforward ones occasionally.
Well, he's got an engine on him of note, and that pace to the ball, that's just so key in these situations.
ऑर्डर से ना
101 for 3.
इतनी है ना ऑर्डर कम नहीं आना तो ना तो हो जुआ विकेट कैन कर जुआ
लोग मेरे तिल के लड्डू बहुत पसंद करते हैं, इससे मैं बिजनेस कैसे बनाऊं?
फेस्टिवल के टाइम लड्डू हाई डिमांड में रहेंगे। ये बिजनेस लॉन्च करने का बेस्ट टाइम होगा। इस टाइम पे लोग गिफ्टिंग के लिए प्री ऑर्डर देते हैं और आप सब कॉन्फिडेंटली प्लान कर पाएंगे। मैं एक फेस्टिवल फोकस्ड एनुअल बिजनेस प्लान बना दूं।
4. Rostam Chase to the attack, having opened the batting for the first time. What has he got in store?
He's a difficult one to read, Rostam Chase. You think you bring it on for the left-hander, then he goes and gets the right-hander out. This is a power pack 6, 7, and 8 in the engine room, and these two are the crease. But Roston Chase is a man that's known for making things happen, almost from nowhere. This has been a passage of play.
Yeah, well, he's an absolute beauty with the bat, wasn't he, this evening? The first time that he's ever done that, he manages to pull off a really well-made 40 and a good partnership as well, and good power play. A conservative power play, but a launching pad for in Maroon. And that's what it's really all about at the moment for this Indian lineup. They have to conserve their wickets. If they start getting into that engine room too early through this phase, it's going to be real problems. Run rate required, 10.5. Start putting a couple of wickets on that and that'll escalate.
Targeting Thompson. This young man, Tilak Verma, has a very good record against the West Indies. Averages around 50, strike rate of 140 plus.
Feel that tension. It's starting to mount. Scoreboard pressure. Mentioned it was 10.6. Now it's 11, so every dot ball here is absolute gold dust. Totally different where you've got scoreboard pressure as opposed to a bilateral series. .93 from 50 balls. Now, in ordinary circumstances, in hand, game on. These conditions, it is neck and neck, folks.
I want us to look at this field as well. This offside field. There's a man at long off, but there's a deep backward point for him. It's not an extra cover. Graphic top right, a huge gap between that deep backward point and long off. It's very good from Roston Chase. 104 for 3. Such a critical game. It's been a great World Cup because it's come down to this in the Super 8s to find out who's the last team to get to the semi-finals. This is a fantastic tournament. We had the first round where the associates showed their wares. Super 8, where guys like Sanju Samson are looking to step up. Kartik has joined us, and he'll keep us waiting for something substantial. Keep your ears open. Shimar Joseph just missing his run a couple of times. Wow, crunching. Always say Samson by name, Samson by nature.
Shimar Joseph wants to be a little bit further back. That's in the slot, smited by Samson. Need to hit that length first over for 3. Touch shorter. Sanju Samson is going so deep in his crease. He wants to compensate. He's overcompensating on that occasion.
Waited, here is DK.
I just watched something fascinating. 50 after 12 innings, 13th inning has got a 50, celebrates, and look what he does after that. Very old school, goes, marks his guard again, almost tells himself, not done. I need to start again. And what does he do the next couple of balls that he faces? First one, a block. He says, all right, I got time. And then finishes the over off. He's determined. Now that he's got to a 50, he's saying he doesn't want to wait. He wants to take India home. That's a great way to tell yourself that the job done. I got something more to offer today, and I want to get it done.
Tilak has joined the fun. He just bunted it down the ground.
4
Imperious. Full face of the bat. Baker will be happy. Full balance and poise and shot. Not as bad a delivery as the first ball of the over. Still needs to pull that length a bit back, but can't take anything away from the beauty of that shot.
He's jumped on it. He's showing that form from the last game, that intensity and boundary hitting ability.
Lovely striking in the ball. 99 tournament boundaries here for India, and this is one of the best. Wide, tries to take the pace out of the ball, the air out of the ball, if you like. And Tilak Varma says, thank you very much.
Oh, goodness me. Well, he had a blurb to Kishmoti earlier. Now Shifin Rutherford, after taking a good catch through.
Well, he was desperate to try and stop the tube, and in doing so, you see the angle that he tried to cut, he slipped over. A good quick throw and release away, but wasn't there. I also wonder whether there is a little bit of juice starting to kick in here as well.
You see it again, you see his foot, his right foot get onto the side of the shoe. You never stop yourself much there. There won't be any traction. The foot got onto the side of the shoe. Expensive over 17 off it, 1-4-3.
Yeah, that was certainly the over that the Indian batting lineup were wanting here. 75 off 42 balls, and the only thing that can really stop them here is Karthik's point is to lose wickets. So Samju Samson's digging in. Farmer striking nicely at 150. In the field at moments like that, which becomes significant. And
one of the ways, and we talk about those wickets, but the biggest question is how do you get those wickets in good conditions, good batting conditions? We saw, for example, with South Africa, how they rotated bowlers early in their bowling effort. 1 over spells, very rarely back. Ruston Chase bowled good one. This period, decisive 2 overs. Decisive.
बॉल स्लो टेन पर है.
Everything he touches tonight turns to gold for Sanju Samson.
Boundary early in the over again. Chase gone Yorker. And the presence of mind to just let it hit the face of the bat and just angle the point region. Sublime skill. Thanks to the awareness and presence of mind. Staying in the moment at the crease.
It becomes who can handle the pressure at this stage, Carlos. It's mounting now on those in maroon. You've also got the crowd factor here. This is a beautiful traditional gardens, a very noble and crowd that just absolutely adore their cricket, and what they're seeing here now is something very special from Sanju Samson. He wants to take this deep.
You ask how did they get wickets, Bishop? I think it's building pressure. Shamarjo before 3, then Ross and Chase 3. Over all that pressure is now dissipated. They almost need to find a way to string some dots together again.
Well, there he is. Best strike rates, 187. Marsh and Australia out of the tournament. Bakar Zaman came in this tournament with Farhan put on a brilliant partnership. What a tournament he had as well with Pakistan. And one other interesting fact, along with what Dinesh Karthik was talking about, Samju resetting, is that his contact points, his strike points versus pace, Samju Samson, have actually got a lot shorter. Against Namibia, Zimbabwe, 1.46 metres, and the West Indies 1.39. So on a bouncier surface, he's found his way to get the ball close. Great confidence.
संजू सैमसन ठीक ठाक थे, इनका सेंचुरी गया।
For money here tonight with this contest. 136 for 3 after 14, and time for drinks.
Ball at the stumps if you're there. Tilak Verma stepping away. Smacking it over long on. Giving himself the arms, the width, the room. Skill scale is as it is. It's a lusty blow. Brings India right back into the contest. 10 over required.
Well, earlier today, before the game started, we heard from Sanju Samson. Let's have a little reminder. Sanju, thank you very much for your time. A couple of games for you in this World Cup. You're getting the team off to some quick starts. How do you feel about form?
Form in the sense I've been actually feeling good about my batting. I think I've been spending enough time in the nets while I'm batting or not, or playing the game or not. I've been spending a lot of time in the nets. 6 rides, just trying to watch the ball, and then actually I do understand the role which I am given in this team. So I think if you look deeply into the batting lineup, we bat very deep. So I have actually been a leader of an IPL franchise, so I understand what type of a batting is required out of me. So I just take a couple of balls and know that I just need to give a Indian team a great start, and once I've given then I actually have to just accelerate on 100%, because I know we have a really strong batting lineup coming ahead, and I don't like wasting much of balls. So that is what is required at this moment for this team, and I just try to do that.
And when you bring that philosophy into a must-win game like this, the spoils goes to the winner. How much confidence does that take, and how important is that in this game?
I think, sir, one of the biggest strengths of being an Indian cricketer is from last so many years we have been playing. So each and every game for an Indian player is do or die. So the pressure, actually, you learn a lot of cricket, you learn a lot of things on and around off the field, but you also learn how to cope up with the pressure. So what I have learned in my own way is to just play this game as yet another game, because every game is a do or die for me and also for the team. So we just have to keep it simple, have the confidence. hoping to be on the better side.
That is fascinating. Finally, does all of that come through just experience? Circumvent that, I suppose.
Yeah, I think every individual is different. Every individual is unique in their own way. So we have 15 members. They all have their own way of succeeding and learning from their experience. So I just told you what I have learned to implement today.
Thank you very much for your time. Very, very insightful. Sanju Samson speaking before the start of this all-important contest. 60 to get from the last overs with 7 wickets in hand. India in the driving seat. A place in the semi-final away. Pressure is always there for these Indian players. You live with it, you breathe, you eat, you sleep it, but you get on with the job.
It is the number 1 seed in this country in the acceleration overs. They will feel it, even though they are cruising at this stage. They're at 35,000 feet and the pilot has gone, we are just ready to sit in this zone for maybe 3 or even 4 overs here without losing wickets. The heat will only come on if India start to lose wickets. So much about cricket is being just comfortable with the uncomfortable, and run chasers are specifically about that. Don't go anywhere though, Carlos, because there could be a little twist in this story as well.
Yeah, just wondering how much Romario Shepherd bowled. He's only bowled 1 over. His speeds have been way down in that 1 over. And Jason Holder is one of the death bowlers bowling his 3rd now, which I agree with, because you can't wait until the death of the game may never reach there. But how much can Romario Shepherd? If you don't want to bowl Ruston Chase for 3 in a row, Shamar Joseph just has bowled from. He has 2 left. It'll be interesting to see how Shea Hope's going to maneuver and rotate his bowlers. So I've got the consolidation stage after a flyer. Sanju Samson kept moving. He really accelerated a drop chance. Eventually a half century out to the sky. Had a nice catch from Shafin Rutherford, littered in between the breeze. Then it was the Sanju Samson show again. Tilak Varma not staying outside the party. He wanted to get into the dance as well.
He has hit that as powerfully as anything tonight.
This is absolutely crunched away. Marching on here, Team India, in front of this mammoth crowd, and they're being entertained by glorious shots like this.
Themselves in full position here against the West Indies bowling unit. Just got up to it, Akil. In fact, Shimon Hetmeyer, he climbed. Akil Hussain next to him gives him the little tap, but out of nowhere, that wicket's come.
Necessary. Shimon Hetmeyer again. But it's not with bat in hand, it's in the field. A man for the occasion, climbing. And he stepped a couple of rungs up, almost to the height of Jason Holder. Then he factor of that wicket and ends Tilak Varma's 41 for 4 India.
Ball baking mere ko to ball mal khai na ye. Mana pa akhir alo ke hilang khai match satu berter. After
Hardik Pandya.
Dua kan dulu.
A job to do with Sanju Samson. Fantastic catch. 7 catches this World Cup. Hetmeyer. His reaction after taking the catch was priceless.
Jauh kan lagi. Cak.
Off the mark, Hardik. Have a look at that catch again.
Runs, catches, good fielding efforts. Hetmeyer's all over it. This is a peach of a catch. Fingertips. Great control. And so important for the West Indies.
After that, where he was mouthing, say it in West India, he said, that man hit the ball so hard. He just soldiers on. He's picking his moments to go through the gears, gearing down. 1-4-6 for 4.
He's absolutely shelled this. Having one heck of an evening. Look at this. The contact points again, deep in the crease, and he's pounded it through point. Wonderful shot.
So 5 overs to go. Match nicely poised. 50 runs. Sanju Samson holding this Indian innings together. It's been a magnificent 4 from 41. Still a job to be done. 50 to get. Joseph. Back in. That's easy for Hardik. Nice little gift on middle and leg. The fine leg up. And the 150 comes up. Well weighted by Hardik Pandya. Have a look at where he meets the ball. Just under his eyes, on the pads. Hardik Pandya has walked to Calcutta. Ravi Shastri has walked into the comp box for the last 5 overs. It's going to be a firecracker here. Yes, and Samuel listening. He's quietly listening. We know in these pressure games what wickets can do. Got 2 calm heads out there. Pandya and Samson.
Their presence of mind to pick up a couple. There was a collision between the bowler. Didn't result in anything untoward, purely accidental. Game has been played in wonderful spurts, and it continues that way. But can he find another wicket? We keep saying that every time we talk. It's about West Indies getting wickets and finding a way back in.
That won't help. 6 degrees release the pressure. Good man to have coming in at this moment of time, Hardik Pandya, but just watching Sanju Samson today, there's never been anyone who's doubted his talent, but it's this kind of composure, this kind of maturity that's needed. Shot selection, just his body language, even when wickets were falling around him. First class. And he scored 74 from 41 and it feels he's hardly taken a risk. It's the kind of shot-making ability he has.
Some sublime shots from him.
He's looked the part. He's been calm, he's been composed. It almost feels like subconsciously he believes he's the man to get this done tonight. Like you said, it just feels like he's not taking any risk whatsoever. Playing very maturely. Something that everyone has wanted. You bad. Just the calmness with which at the moment. Mind you, they need close to 10 plus and over, but it just feels like they know they're going to get it done. That's the body language they have. Comfortably, the highest boundary scorer in terms of fours tonight. Fast outfield. The pitch feels like it's just getting better to bat on. Probably a little bit of moisture on the top surface of the pitch, the dew on the outfield, all that adds to their confidence even more. I thought Tilak played a blinder as well. Really good innings.
Lucky to get away there. 10 have come off the over. And you see the required 0.6 is less than what it was at the start of the inning. So they've not allowed that to get away.
It's been a bit of a mirror image, both teams batting. In between they had a bit of a wobble, a couple of good overs. One big over they got, and we know in Kolkata, the kind of ground, a few big overs on the bounce.
Very loose bowling here in this over. 14 runs coming off it. 160 for 4.
Yeah, he's bookended the over with a 4 at the start and a 4 at the end. Errant delivery again and enough bat on it. Races away for 14 all told in that over. So it's 36 now from 24. 6 wickets in hand and firmly in control.
So India slowly but surely getting into a very 6 runs coming in the last 4 overs. That's made the difference. And Dinesh Karthik mentioned about Tilak Verma. He took a lot of pressure off for Sanju Samson. Played some lovely shots. So, put India in a comfortable position now. 24 balls remaining, 36 to get.
White.
Right from the outset, Tilak is carrying on from where he left off against Zimbabwe. But deep in his crease, hit it over mid-off. Most of the shots again without too much risk. That was probably the shot of his innings. Crunched it to the left of covers. Just couldn't move an inch, in fact, before he was actually taken off a brilliant catch.
Oh, he's put that down. Jason Holder. Now, how important is that miss? He juggled, and it went to ground.
Yeah, we keep speaking about wickets. Opportunities have come. They just haven't been able to hold on. Gudakesh Moti dropped one earlier. And now the big wicket of Hardik Pandya. How crucial, how critical.
That could be massive in the context. This game, it'll happen very quickly. From here, 22 balls to go, 34 needed. Can't believe it.
Does have a big pair of hands. How did this one slip out? Juggled it a couple times. Just couldn't regain any sort of control.
For his height, it went at a good height.
वेस्ट इंडीज से पल्ला फर के दे दिया क्यों वाला कॉल ना तो दूर वो अल्प कम हो
between those drop chances. Have been some terrific catches.
अपन जब
None better than this one. Very little time to react. 1.6 seconds to be exact. Just timed this to perfection.
right.
Another extra. Okay, what do you put that down to? So many times you would have taken catches like this in extra cover. 9 or perhaps even 10 out of 10 times. Has to be the enormity of the situation on the line. What do you put that down to?
Sometimes as a fielding coach, I've thought about it. Some people drop sitters. It's inexplicable, but on this occasion, did he get his hands into the right position? Expecting the ball to come to him. When you know the bowler is going to bowl the wide Yorker line, there's a good chance you'll be in play at covers. So was he concentrating enough? But all things said and done, he's a very safe catcher. It's surprising to see him drop that one.
Very important thing you said there, wanting the ball to come. Best fielders in the world who turn matches on their head in situations like this. They think exactly that. They'll be expecting every ball to come in their direction and they want to do something spectacular. Either pull off a run out or take a brilliant catch. They're playing it in their mind. They're visualizing it way before it happens. And when it does happen, it doesn't come as a surprise. Might come as a surprise to many watching. They don't surprise themselves.
Right,
They're ahead of the 8 ball in the thinking process.
And on the other side, you have someone like Hetmaier, who's had such a great day on the field. He would be wanting every ball to come to him. He will be like, just give me anything. I'm going to take it tonight. It's been that kind of a night for him. Batted quite nicely. Taken 3 catches. Both teams have put down a few. We've seen Gudakesh Moti put down one. Jason Holder. On the other hand for India, Abhishek Sharma. So yes, both teams have not been great on the field.
Ball really racing across the turf now. It's breezy there. 29 of 19.
And in the corner there, you see the fielding coach Dilip Kumar. I'm sure he'll have a few words to some of the boys. To make sure, rather, that the players take enough catches. They're doing their disciplines in practice sessions quite nicely.
Where's that gone? He had to reach out for that, Hardik Pandya. And a nice way to end the over. 11 of it. So India going along nicely. 171 for 4.
He stays very deep in the crease, Hardik, so he can get the elevation. And also the power, look at how deep that back foot is. Collapses it so he can get under the ball, perhaps predicting the length of Romario Shepherd.
Using the depth of the crease there, Hardik Pandya, though I personally feel he's looking to hit the ball too hard. The bat is turning in his hand. He almost wants to hit it into Howrah Bridge. He's calmed down. Jason Holder is someone at the death who likes bowling slow ones. So Sanju Samson should be aware of it. Waiting for the bouncer, looking to hit him over deep square leg or deep mid wicket are good options. Or using the pace over third man.
He's played it smartly tonight. Into the 80s now, 82 and still terrific strike rate. Just 46 balls. Successful run chases, 173, 161. So this will be the highest.
I know the match is not done, and by no means am I saying West Indies are out of it, but it almost feels like a big circle. 2016, West Indies chased down 192. Dew played such a big part when you all chased it down. Today, 10 years later, India on the cusp of doing something very similar, chasing down.
jom senang ke jom. Bon na ji bon ni suna. White city ya.
Yeah, this is something that they've done quite a lot in this tournament. They've gone for the Yorkers quite regularly. Every dot delivery, there's a hush, there's a silence around. Whenever there's a bounce option, as you can imagine, the faithfuls, the thousands of them here, are no doubt looking on.
Both these players have the ability to just clear the fence quite easily, find the boundaries, and that's so important at this stage. When you look at 23 balls remaining, you hit 3 hits to the boundary, and suddenly the whole game changes on its head. Couple over the line, even more different. Oh, beautifully played. Now that's been a feature of his batting. Now there's class for you. Look at the balance. Timing. How quickly it goes away to the fence. It's a boundary ground. Gardens.
And with that shot, he goes past Kohli for the highest score by an Indian batter in a chase in a T20 World Cup. He has eclipsed the 82 not out that Virat caught against Australia and Pakistan. He's done it twice, 82. What knocks both of them were. But this one, very good so far from Sanju Samson. Even Virat Kohli stand up and applaud when watching this innings unfold.
Yes, shots all around the ground, square cuts, straight drives. Just composure and calmness. Brought back into the side. He's doing the job on the big day. This is the quarter-final. The winner here goes through to the semi-final. You can see a sense of relief in the dugout there with this partnership going nicely. 2 good back-to-back partnerships. First, Hardik Pandya, Sanju Samson, 37 of 23. Onside. Settle for the single. 8 of the over, 179 for 4.
12 bole 17
There you go, first semi-final. South Africa. Team in for New Zealand. 2 teams from the Southern Hemisphere will go head-to-head. Be on this very ground on the 4th of March, 7 p.m. local. Crowd already chanting in good spirits, hoping for India to get this without giving them any anxious moments. 17 to get off 12. Joseph, the bowler, Pandya on strike.
dot ball.
Lovely Yorkers. Considering there's a bit of dew, they've done so well. Almost been 90% on target. See the dew that's there tonight. Never a good sign for a bowler, Samuel.
It was very clear at the toss. Both teams wanted to field first. I beg your pardon, Surya Kumar. And he said it's not an easy ground to defend. When things cool down and the dew comes, it's very difficult. And he knows it better than anyone. He's played a lot of cricket here. He played for KKR. PK when you were there. It has become difficult with the dew. That's in the air. This time he takes it. It's a sudden crowd Hardik Pandya miscuing it.
বল কে ভাই গিয়ে এখন
A second time lucky for Jason Holder. Searching for the Yorker. Missed it, but Lawful, it was always difficult to get away. Watch it into his massive hands. This time there is belief. Is their life in still? Hardik Pandya goes for 17, 179 for 5.
ব্যাটসম্যান কেন গিয়ে আগে হওয়ার মতো আমি বুঝি আমি তো 1 লাখ এই যে 1 লাখ গান হওয়ার মতো আমি গান হওয়ার মতো ঘরে
$179 for 5.
सूरज हाथे में दाम बेसी
From Dubey. Not a big hitter. So Dubey at the crease. Will there be another twist in this contest? 17. Here's Joseph. Steaming in. And when struck first ball by Shivam Dubey.
Extremely accurate with the Yorker, but this is the problem with the Yorker. You get it wrong even a little bit, and it pings to the boundary. Shivam Dubey
एकदम मुझे करना
low full toss, but met with no chance for Robin Powell there.
Yeah, just look at that dressing room and dugout and what it means to them. They're fired up. These fans are as well. They're deep in his crease too, giving himself some extra bit of time to make contact with the ball.
Finds the fielder this time.
Good shot again, going straight to the fielder, but Hardik Pandya getting enough under the ball to get that elevation he was looking for. Jason Holder dropping him the previous time, but this time, how much it meant to him.
Important that Samson gets the strike as well. He's an 87, the man who's been in at the crease. Oh, that's in the gap this time. Extremely well played by Shivam Dubey. Just waited on it, opened the face of the blade. An important boundary, so 9 needed now, 7.
Yorker, but beautifully played by Shivam Dubey here. The previous one going straight to the fielder, but this one finding the gap. All you can do is put back the ball when someone bowls that ball. And does it nicely now. Such an important boundary. Eases the pressure on Sanju Samson. Got to remember, Holder's done with his 4. West Indies looking forward for the last over. They should back themselves to get it done.
Still 1 ball left. They'll come back for 2 here, which means Samson will keep the strike. So 10 runs coming off that last over. It's 189 for 5, 7 needed of the last.
7 runs needed, 6 deliveries, wickets in hand, so no issues there. Mario Shepherd in conversation with Captain Shea Hope, conversation between the batters as well. Is there any twists and turns left in this one?
So just 7 needed, 6 balls to go. Whoever wins this will go to Mumbai. So the final over of the innings, it's Sanju Samson on strike. Fielding penalty will apply, so an extra fielder in the ring.
That's not necessarily a bad thing with only 7 runs to defend. So having an additional fielder in the circle might actually benefit the West Indies in that regard.
Oh, he goes big. Samson wants to finish it off. Into the 90s with a mighty 6. And India need just one.
What a shot to get into the 90s and to go within touching distance of a historic victory. India needing that. Sanju Samson, what a shot. 80 meters. He made that look easy. He hasn't played too many big shots tonight, but this one was right up the middle of the bat. Shea Hope calling his troops in, trying to stop the single. See the emotions in that Indian dressing room. It means so much to them.
Yes, a semi-final in Mumbai beckons. See everyone up on their feet. It's a special innings from this man. First time past 50 in World Cup cricket. Now, on the getting India past the finishing line. Clears mid on and finishes it off. Sanju Special Samson, 97 not out. Looks up at the heavens and will get a standing ovation when he comes out. Well, he's waited a long time for this kind of innings. He's promised it right through his career. And he's chosen to get India into the semi-finals of the World Cup.
What a player. That's happened to Sanju Samson in the last 3 months. And he's come back, and how good has he been? The darling boy from Kerala for the country today. He hit a 50, but he didn't stop. All the way, he's made sure he's the man. Thanks the heavens, rightly so. For the 6th time, India have reached the semi-final of a T20 World Cup. India's 8th consecutive win in Eden Gardens in a T20 International. So many records stumbling, but the biggest one is Sanju Samson, and what a story it has been. The starting 11 in this World Cup. Got his opportunity in the Super 8 stages after losing to South Africa. India needed a change, and he's made it happen.
Showing his emotions, but deep inside he's a very happy man.